Real steel. Bruns. Bruns knife. Bruns. And hey, there's nothing here. This is nothing on the label. Usually the labels are telling the whole story on this box. But here's the Bruns, Bruns. It is a frame lock with VG10 blade, 3.5 inch blade, 8.1 overall, 2.75 ounces, and little goodies. Oh, and microfiber cloth that comes wrapped up in that, of course. And then you get this that actually tells you about the knife. But check this out. Got me a lanyard bead here. How way cool is that? So that came with it. All right. It said something like special bonus. Special bonus. That was the band that came around the box. Bruns. And who's the designer? Can we say? Ivan Braginets design. Now, Ivan lives in Dnipro. I think they call it Dnipro. It's Dnipro, which is another name for the city, and this has a longer name as well. But they're north of the Black Sea, north of Mariupol, and that, which is getting bombed to crap, and so Ukraine. He said they've had a couple of cruise missiles hit out on the outskirts of his town. Other than that, no. So far, so good. And he's just designed so many knives for you name it. He designed a couple for Wee knives, a bunch for real steel, crystal knives, I believe, and that kind of thing. So he just keeps it going. Keeps it going. And this is his, if you read the Knife News article, it is his nod to fellow craftsmen with the Bruns, the fellow craftsman Bruns, and which is a Ukrainian guy as well. That's this big, YouTuber machinist guy, etc., etc. So I'll give you the link to the Knife News article on this, okay? And also, I'll give you the link to the engineer Bruns, and he makes crazy things. Check his channel out. He makes some crazy things. Really fascinating. I mean, whether it's a Jedi phaser or whatever, or spinners or anything. I mean, little cannon that fires, and I mean, he machines things out of metal, and he makes all kinds of crazy things. Now, real steel. This is the Bruns, and this is their information on it from their channel. So this is not the minimum advertised price. This is just their full MSRP and information for their site. And this kind of gives you, if you want to pause and read, all this. Okay? So interesting, they're calling it a gent folder. It's a pretty good sized gent folder, but it's really super lightweight. It's a front flipper. I like the look of this one. Of course, I've got his links. I've got the Odin. I got a bunch of the different ones that he did. I still have them. It's just hard to let go. 82 grams on this one. Let's roll it around to ounces. Yeah, 2.89 ounces. Very lightweight. A lot of cutouts and everything, but kind of interesting pattern. Look at the pocket clip. And yeah, it's right hand only, tip up. Look at the screws on here. So yeah, this is going to be screwdriver deal. This is not going to be Torx. So you got to have kind of a small screwdriver slot head to take this apart. And we will take this apart. Looks like a hardened steel insert through that hole. If you look at the other side here. Okay. And a VG10 blade, which they said on the stuff. So, you know, I don't know. I would have liked like S35 or something like that on this M390, whatever, but they chose VG10. So be it. Not something I can change at this point. So that's just my observation. Yeah, I'd probably preferred something a little higher end, and it's expensive, and it looks like it's going to be expensive enough. I mean, I don't know what the actual, you know, retailer price is going to be. I mean, 210 seems a little pricey for this kind of steel. Titanium handle, nice though. I mean, the design flow is great. Blade to handle length looks adequate. And let me kick this back up here. Yeah, you couldn't have done much more there. And you got this backspacer rolling around here, and then you can put your lanyard through here. You can see the machined area there where you can feed your lanyard cord through. I like the pocket clip. I mean, this is a nice little knife to carry, really. And it's pretty easy to fidget with as far as, you know, flicking it open and closed. And the blade's pretty light, so it's probably not likely to fall down and cut you. That kind of thing. It's quick over the detamp ball. It's pretty easy as well to disengage the lock bar, even though there's not a lot of height differential there. Check that out. That's pretty cool. I like it. Ergos are straight up here. I mean, there's just nothing to worry about there. That's easy. Reverse grip, cool as well. Where's my balance point? And I don't know. Right there. There's my balance point. You know, it's got some jimping up here. It's not terribly significant, but you can feel it. You can feel it. Little cutaway here, so like for sharpening purposes at least. Will it cut anything? Oh, wow. Okay. VG10 for very good. That is really sharp. That is really sharp. Okay. Okay. No. Okay. I got no problem with that then. It is very sharp. And, you know, VG10 is easier to sharpen up and care for and restore and strop and things than a super steel. I get you. It's just like I just want to pay for VG10 then. So, I mean, that's all. I mean, I'm not a steel snob. I'm good with this as long as I think it should be a little bit more reasonable in the price. So I'm going to quit harping on that and just look the rest of the knife over, because, you know, these cutouts and everything are interesting. Yeah. And they did it on the front and the back. So it's a see-through beauty, isn't it? It's an interesting design. So I like it. I just, this is kind of way cool for a real steel to do. I like this kind of direction. And wow, it's handy. It's yeah, it's easy to manipulate. And maybe, yeah, gent carry. I mean, it's under 3 ounces, 2.76, whatever. So, okay. I mean, I'm good with that. So let's get the screwdrivers out. Bye-bye, Mr. Torx. It's like, hey, you use me all the time. Nah, not on this one. Yikes. Okay, so we're not coming in from this back side, so we're going to go from the front side. And this one, I mean, I was like, how many different size tips do I have? And I got this one. So this will work. Okay. So let's do this. Take this out. Okay. We good? We good. It's all right. It's all right. And what do we got here? And it looks like squared off part on the pivot. So that won't turn. And then I have, this is the other one that is just sticking in that box. And I thought, yeah, because that's not going to, I mean, that bigger one's not going to work on these. I got to get this tiny mic. And so let's do this. And the one thing, I mean, I don't like about these is because slotteds, I can just slide out and skate across the titanium. and you can leave a mark. So I'm just like this. So yeah, I'm not excited about these kinds of hardware pieces. And that one went on the floor. Guess we better find it before we put it back together, huh? And this one. Okay, so there's the screw. Okay, now that we got those out, we should be able to pull this whole mess apart. And let's see if we can get my hands on it and pull it apart. And there we got it. So here it is. We got a bunch of numbers inside the scale. And yeah. So yeah, it's pretty weight relieved, isn't it? Okay, and this is your presentation side. There's your lock bar side on the other side. So now, and no, we don't have ceramic bearings and kind of a heavy grease type stuff in here. There's our stop. There's our backspacer. So hardened steel insert. And I'm not sure if that's a ceramic detent ball. Yeah, it kind of looks like it. So yeah, other than that, kind of some heavy lube. It's not really dirty. It's just got some heavy lube in there, and that's about it. And on here, there's your steel washer. You got another one over here, and your bearing ring, and then your blade, which is pretty lubed up. I'm not big on this, and I think Ivan and I got into this big thing where it was like a specific bearing lube, and it was like used for bearings for like bicycles or skateboards and stuff like that. So he said it's specialty for bearings. And so I was like, yeah, but it's a little heavy, and I don't think it really makes any difference. And maybe it doesn't make any difference. So, I mean, I agree to let him have his point, but I mean, I don't think there's any negativity about using a lighter lube like this is. You know, this is just a lighter weight lube. Yeah. So you can chime in on that, but I mean, he likes the heavier, more like specialty, what he calls specialty grease for bearings, and I'm not big on that. Okay, so I guess we're putting this back together from the back side. And where's my squared off? Oh, it's facing down. Okay, so we got to face it down. And we're going to put bearings in here. So get here. And this is what I'm going to use. And then I'm going to put a blade on it. And I guess I better put a stop on it. And what else do I need to do? Compress that bar a little bit. Put this on. And then that squared off piece has got to be pointing down to line up with this. And what else do I have? Oh, I got this other washer. Yes, I do. Washer, and it does go to this side, so. Okay. That's snapped together. Ooh. Oh, well, I was going, the pocket clip is loose, but you know what? That doesn't matter. Because that's, I think this piece goes all the way through. Something does. Either that or it just kind of came a bit undone. Okay, let me get this. And get this logged down a little bit so I can work on the body screws. Okay, come on. Yeah, they did. Okay, let's work on the body screws. See, okay. Yeah, that goes through there and this here. So let's get these screws put in. And I dropped one on the floor. So I need to go get that. Come here. There's one I threw on the floor. Thank God it was visible. Landed on my office mat. It's always scary when you got hardware that falls on the floor, depending if you got carpet or hardwoods or tile down there. Okay. Now let's see if we can lock you down a little, little tighter than that. This as well. And so that locked this one down as well. So, okay. And this. They were both loose, but the result of putting these down brought these in. Okay. And even though this is a tiny little, that's enough tightness and probably more than I should. Well, I don't know. That's good. We're good and we're centered. Okay. I like it. What do you think? The Bruns. I mean, from the aspect of ergos, lightweight, front flipper, fidget factor, overall design, things like that, I like it. I like it. So, and this pocket clip is way cool. And so I guess all this machining was his homage or his dedication to Bruns as well. And of course, Bruns is Ukrainian, and he's in his channel is reporting a bit on that conflict as well. Wow, talk about, turning your life upside down. So this is to you guys over there. Stay safe. I hope you get back to the real world of just everyday life and functioning, and this gets put into history and in a good way. I wish you the best. We do love them knives, so you guys stay sharp.